Smriti Irani, India's new HRD minister, is under fire. The Congress dropped the first volley last night, questioning why a 12th plus candidate was chosen for this sensitive portfolio. In the past, ministers heading the prestigious Human Resource and Development Ministry have boasted of a great academic record, right from Arjun Singh to former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, the foreign-educated Madhu Sindhya, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, S.R. Bommai, Murli Manohar Joshi and Kapil Sibal. But if we consider Smriti Irani's two affidavits to the Election Commission, we are not sure of her actual qualifications. I have here the affidavit she presented in 2004, where she says she is BA 1996, Delhi University School of Correspondence. She claims between 93 and 96 she passed her BA degree. If you look at the 2014 affidavit, she says Bachelor of Commerce, not BA, Bachelor of Commerce Part 1, School of Open Learning, Correspondence. A clear discrepancy which Smriti Irani now needs to answer. Instead, she's gone incommunicado.
Two affidavits, two academic qualifications. Only the new HRD minister, Smriti Irani, can explain the glaring discrepancies in the two affidavits filed by her, first during Lok Sabha polls in 2004 and then in 2014. In her affidavit to the Election Commission in 2004, Irani claims to have completed her BA or Bachelor in Arts in 1996 from Delhi University School of Correspondence. But in her affidavit to the Election Commission in 2014, Irani claimed to have completed the first year of Bachelor's in Commerce course in 1994 from DU's School of Open Learning. So did Smriti lie under oath?
एक तरफ आप एक डॉक्टर को हेल्थ मिनिस्टर बना रहे हैं, आपने क्यों नहीं किसी दूसरे को हेल्थ मिनिस्टर बनाया? और दूसरी तरफ आप स्मृति ईरानी जैसे 12वीं पास को मिनिस्टर एजुकेशन बना रहे हैं। यह सवाल हमारा इस पॉइंट पर है, और वो भी व्यक्ति जो फॉल्स एफिडेविट का दोषी है।
Curiously, Smriti switched courses too, BCom Part 1 in 1996 to BA in 1994. Even curiouser, she's less educated in 2014 if one goes by the same documents.
A clear misstatement, distortion in her 2014 affidavit, which is unfortunately a serious criminal offence. The misstatement is simple. In the 2004 affidavit, she has clearly claimed to be a graduate, BA of 1996. In the 2014 affidavit, it is specified that it is only BA Part 1, Bachelor of Commerce Part 1.
The war of words raged on through the day.
First of all, who is Mr. Ajay Makan to decide who should have what ministry? Secondly, Mr. Ajay Makan should use his little bit of intelligence, if he has, that two previous prime ministers, they were only up to the matriculation. So the qualification of a person is in the person's mind. The ability is in the mind, not in the degree.
The HRD minister is not even a graduate. So I think these are things which show the unrepresentative, imbalanced and hasty approach to cabinet making.
Congress people are asking about the qualification of Smriti Irani. I want to ask Madam Sonia Gandhi what is her qualification, because she was heading UPA government. She was heading the government. She was giving directions to the government. I want to see her certificate, how much she is qualified. Then the Congress people have a right to ask the qualifications of Smriti Irani.
The minister, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister must revisit this decision, and HRD ministry should not be given away to anyone whose academic career is not bright, who cannot interact with academicians, whether it is Indian academician or the international.
But the Congress may have forgotten one of their own. Former Union Minister Shri Prakash Jaiswal. Headlines Today has found glaring errors in the affidavits he filed to the Election Commission in 2004 and 2009. In 2004, Jaiswal claims to have flunked in class 12th in the year 1962. But in 2009, Jaiswal suddenly seems to remember that he had passed the same examination in 1963, this time from Kanpur. Are our leaders not taking affidavits to the country's highest poll authority seriously, or is it a sign of a much larger malaise? Is it now a norm to lie under oath? Bureau Report. Headlines today.
Two of the affidavits that Smriti Irani filed don't really amount for very much because she didn't win those elections. But I have with me the Rajya Sabha elections affidavit of 2011 because we've been researching this really hard. And the 2011 affidavit also suggests, and remember she's a member of the Rajya Sabha at this time, that she's done BCom Part 1, School of Correspondence, Delhi University. This is from 1994. So she says she studied the first year of college through correspondence in 1994. It is the 2004 affidavit when she fought from Chandni Chowk in Delhi, which says that she completed a BA in 1996 from Delhi University School of Correspondence. What are the technical, legal and moral ramifications of love affair Smriti Irani? Joining us on the second part of Centre Stage tonight, Shaina NC, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We've got Salman Soz representing the Congress, Sanjay Hegde, well-known Supreme Court lawyer, Madhu Kishwar, who started it all off yesterday with her series of tweets. I want to go across first though to Shaina NC, because Shaina, there are two different affidavits. One in 2004, then the affidavit in 2011, the affidavit in 2014. There are two different facts that have been put out. We haven't heard yet which of those two facts is correct. Why is Smriti Irani incommunicado? Why hasn't the government put out a clarification? Why is the HRD minister being accused of putting out two sets of information in the public domain? In one of those sets of information, she could have potentially lied under oath.
First, Rahul, let me please say on record that Smriti Irani is a BA pass through correspondence. In 2004, clearly you need to address this question to the Election Commission when she was fighting against Kapil Sibal.
I think you're a little weak on facts, Shaina. Let me just correct you because I've got her affidavits before me. Smriti, just one second. Smriti Irani passed out of the Holy Child School in Delhi in 1993. So she couldn't possibly have completed her BA in 1994. So you're wrong on that first fact. If at all she completed her BA, it would have been in 1996, which is what a 2004 affidavit says, when she cleared not her BCom, but her BA in 1996. So your first fact, Shaina, is wrong.
Rahul, 1996 is when she got her BA by correspondence. Any further clarification will be provided by herself. On behalf of the party, I want to say that...
How do you know that she got her BA in 1996, and if she did, why did she not declare it? Okay, let's assume for a moment, Shaina, and see that what you're saying is correct. Then why would she not declare it?
Channels today, Rahul, please listen to me. This is a moment where the party has decided to give an area of responsibility to a young, dynamic woman, which should be the area of discussion, which is the first opportunity that BJP
No, Shaina NC, I must cut in over here because the issue on Centre Stage tonight is not... Shaina NC, just hold that thought. Hold that thought. The issue tonight is not whether she's young, glamorous and worthy or unworthy of that position. That we debated last night, and Headlines today took a very clear position that it is Modi's prerogative to give whoever he wants, whichever ministry he pleases, and people must judge Smriti Irani by her actions and not through stereotypical notions they may have of her. But here's my question tonight, Shaina, and you aren't answering that adequately. You're still insisting that Smriti Irani passed her BA in 1996. Which is what you're saying. Am I correct on that? You're saying she passed her BA in 1996 through correspondence, in which case she lied in her affidavit in 2014, because the 2014 affidavit which she filed in the Election Commission says she only completed a Bachelor of Commerce, not BA, her Bachelor of Commerce Part 1, School of Open Learning Correspondence, Delhi University. So you're wrong on both facts, Shaina NC. Why is the BJP so weak-footed on this?
Rahul, you're trying to put me on the dock. The information that I have procured is exactly what I have shared with you.
I'm telling you that the information you have is not the information she's given in the Election Commission affidavit. So you've not done your research properly and you've come with weak information, Shaina.
It is not. The area and discussion today, Rahul, should be on a woman of substance who has been given an area.
No. That's a different debate. That's a different debate. I want Madhu Kishwar to come in, because here, to my mind, The issue is not about whether she's worthy or unworthy. That debate will be settled later. The issue is, did she lie under oath? A 2004 affidavit says something, a 2014 affidavit says something. Shaina NC, who's clearly spoken to people in the BJP, insists that she's passed her BA, which is not what is written in her 2014 affidavit. Madhu, Kishwar.
Rahul, as a well-wisher of even Smriti Irani and BJP, I'd say they should halt, rethink their position, because both affidavits are actually inaccurate, providing misleading information. One, she didn't do her BA because now she's saying first year BCom through correspondence. There is no such degree. You don't even get a certificate if you're a college dropout in the first year itself. So she shouldn't even have claimed it. All she can claim is that she did pass class 12, and that's where the matter rests. And this exaggerated self-claims has got her into real serious trouble. She's committed a legal offense. The BJP should really pause and think. There has been a faux pas. They will make things worse for her if they go on defending her on the basis of
Salman
further wrong
shows, is the
information.
BJP making a difficult position tougher by tying itself up in knots? Now Shaina NC suggests that she actually passed her BA in 1996. If she did that, she didn't mention it in her affidavit and is in even bigger trouble than she was at the beginning of the show. Salman shows.
You know, Rahul, I think I don't normally agree with a lot of what Professor Kishwar says, but on this I do agree with her. In 2004, 2011 and 2014, the information in the affidavits about education is different. And, you know, in 2004, as you correctly pointed out, there's talk of completion of BA in 1996. In 2011 and 2014, it's BCom Part 1. But as Professor Kishwar herself notes, BCom Part 1 is not really a degree. You're in a particular course and you maybe finished one year, but that is not really an academic qualification. Now, I would suggest to the BJP, to the friends in BJP, and to actually Ms. Irani, that issue a statement, issue a clarification, say what has happened, and then try to kind of unravel, then try to
the
fix
Congress
this,
is
as
sounding
opposed to
more
kind of, coming up with
confident and more assertive and on firmer footing than we've seen on any center stage debate in a very long time. That's because it's the BJP that's now tied up in knots. But I want to go across to Sanjay Hegde. Give our viewers a sense of the legal position on this. And I ask you this question because in 2004, she lost the election. In 2014, she lost the election. So it isn't as if she won the election and her People's Representation Act can be invoked and she can be disqualified. That doesn't really come in play. So what does this mean? If it is found that she lied under oath, what does that mean for Smriti Irani?
While disqualification is not an option, prosecution for perjury is certainly an option, and as well as action under 125A of the Representation of People's Act, because that applies to all candidates. It does not apply only to candidates who have won. You know, this discrepancy on the affidavits reminds me of an old legal maxim my senior always taught me.
Yes.
He said, if you tell the truth all the time, you never have to remember what you said the first time. So if you say something the first time, and then it is contradicted by what you say the second time.
If you tell the truth all the time, you never need to worry about what you said the first time, Shaina NC, because you have told the truth. Why have we not heard, Shaina, from Smriti Irani so far? And why did the position change? I mean, either you passed your graduation degree or you didn't, and surely Smriti would remember that one way or the other, and she'd remember that as clearly in 2004 as she would in 2014, Shaina.
Well, let me please say that clearly, as a minister, she is entitled to have her own argument, which will be announced to the public at large tomorrow, I'm sure. Today, it has been the first day in office. There have been multiple issues which have been discussed. There was a cabinet meeting as well, which you are aware of.
No, the cabinet meeting today, Shaina, got postponed to tomorrow morning. I think clearly information is not percolating hard enough through the BJP communication circle. The cabinet meeting this evening has been postponed for tomorrow morning. I'm not creating an issue out of nothing. I'm asking you a simple question to which I'm not hearing an answer.
I'm not going to fall into your crap. There are clearly other issues to be addressed than a headlines today debate as to what is factual and what is not.
Within a day?
1 second. One second, please, Madhuji. You know as well as I do, there are a lot of issues on priority which need to be addressed for any minister in a new government. And clearly on the first day, there are multiple priorities. I am not for 1 minute suggesting that she should not have a clarification. There will be if there is an area of doubt or an area of grey, as you are suggesting. I have seen through the day on television channels, papers being flung on television, that this is something that you need to address. This is something that the Election Commission needs to reply towards. But I think the fundamental issue which we are forgetting is we're a one-day-old government which has a lot of serious issues which have been discussed, whether it is establishing an SIT to ensure black money is back, or whether it is something to
So you're saying give them more time. Okay, that's a fair point. Salman shows you had 10 years in which you made a mess of this country. You found this one issue and you're now going after Smriti Irani. Give her some more time. Let her come out. Let's hear from her instead of prejudging her and condemning her even before she's spoken. Salman shows.
No, nobody's condemning Miss Irani. She's a fine politician and she's a fine public figure. Nobody's saying anything against her personally. But you know, wouldn't it be better that her position be improved? I mean, right now her position is untenable. She is the Minister for Human Resource Development. She's in some ways, think of a teacher and a pupil relationship. How can you inspire confidence? How can you inspire kind of truth-telling if you yourself are not completely, truthful?
That's an important point, and I want to put that question to one of India's leading academics, Pushpesh Pant, who's joining us on this broadcast. How can you encourage people to tell the truth? How can the minister help shape character if she herself, in the first instance, has been found to have lied either earlier or now? Mr. Pant.
I don't think there is much to discuss here, Rahul. If there is a serious allegation about perjury and filing a false affidavit, I think the people should go to a court and let the legal process start. The person who has filed a false affidavit should be punished according to the laws of the land. What is there to discuss?
Well, let me just announce to our viewers that making a false declaration or concealing of information in the affidavit is an offence under Section 125A of the Representation of People Act, punishable with imprisonment up to 6 months of fine or both, Shaina NC. So this is not something which you can just wish away, ask for grace time, Sanjay Hegde. This is a very, very serious issue that needs to be dealt with.
Absolutely.
I don't think Shaina or the BJP or Smriti possibly fully understands the complexity of what is involved over here.
You see, if I may have a moment, election law is extremely technical.
Yes.
You do have armies of lawyers sitting over every declaration you make. Even Mr. Modi's declaration on his marital status came about as a result of legal advice. I do not think that...
Maybe Smriti didn't have similar sound legal advice.
Yes, absolutely.
If you lied, I'm sorry, you lied then.
No, I'm not in her defense. I'm just telling you that this has very serious consequences. You must remember that the election of a Prime Minister of this country, Indira Gandhi's election, was set aside on a mere technicality of having used a few jeeps. So therefore, somebody must look at it in the legal cell.
Shaina must respond to that. This cannot just be wished away as the BJP asking for some grace period from the Congress and from the media. This is a very serious issue which can involve imprisonment up to 6 months of fine or both under Section 125 of the Representation of People Act. This cannot be wished away, Shaina NC.
Rahul, clearly I'm sure Smriti Irani is competent enough to have taken advice of her lawyers as well, and she will come up with a statement tomorrow. I think you have to give it to her. This is the first day she has come into office. There are multiple responsibilities as a minister and multiple responsibilities which are flung on. There could be allegations and counter allegations. I am absolutely sure she is extremely competent to deal with situations.
Okay, there are people who are suggesting, and I want to put this question to Madhu Kishwar first. You're saying wait till tomorrow, let Smriti Irani come out. I want to broaden the issue. There are people who are suggesting, Madhu Kishwar, especially on social media, that there is a sour grapes factor involved. Amongst those who are raising this issue, some from within the BJP, those from the outside who don't like how well Smriti Irani is doing and therefore are trying to trip her over even before she gets an opportunity to get started. How do you respond?
See, I have no idea who within BJP wants to trip her over or doesn't want to. I can only speak for myself. And since I'm not even an ordinary member of the BJP, there's no way that I'm in line for anything. So there's no question of envy, sour grapes, because if I wanted something, I would have joined the party. I would have made relationship with the party.
No, my question is not necessarily just in relation to you.
No, I'm saying I can only answer for myself because, why others are saying what they are. BJP is all defending her. Whether in private they do or not, publicly, BJP is over defending her.
You're suggesting in private they're not?
No, yes, I think in private they are very concerned, they are deeply distressed because I personally have received very distressed phone calls from a number of people because both affidavits are giving misinformation. It's not just one. As I said, there's no such thing as a BA first year degree. You don't even get a certificate.
But she's not saying BA first year degree. She says BCom Part 1 School of Correspondence.
It doesn't.
She doesn't say it's a degree.
No, but you don't mention it if you're a dropout. It's like you passed, your educational qualification is 12th pass, 12th pass.
No, but is there a problem with that?
No,
let me put that question to Pushpeshpal. Yes.
Last thing. See, as far as multiple responsibilities are concerned, don't forget, we've all celebrated all the other things that Narendra Modi government has done. The SARC initiative, the talks with Nawaz Sharif, the setting up of the SIT. The country is actually celebrating everything else that Narendra Modi has done, his government has done.
Okay, Pushpeshpal,
And
there is a certain elitist attack also. You know, look at the educational qualifications of the others who've held that post. From Arjun Singh, BA, LLB, PV Narasimha Rao, BSc, LLB, Madhav Rao Scindia, went to Winchester College, New College, Oxford, PV Narasimha Rao again, BSc, LLB, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, MA, Political Science, College Gwalior, Murli Manohar Joshi, MSc Physics, DPhil. Does that make any difference? Does that make any difference to Smriti Irani's capabilities? Or do you think that's just bogus, that argument?
Studies no, Rahul, done very capably with or without
Rahul, I think there are two totally different issues here.
Yes.
There are two totally different issues here. Whether Smriti Irani's educational qualifications merit her elevation to the post of the HRD. And let's not forget that we have had prime ministers in this country who have not completed their graduation degrees and they have had a very distinguished career. Beginning from Jawaharlal Nehru to Indira Gandhi and so on. Jawaharlal Nehru had a degree which was not particularly distinguished, but Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi did not have a graduation degrees completed. But just that apart, I think the second issue is should concern us more. If there is an issue of a false affidavit, which is a criminal offence under the People's Representation Act, let's still make a distinction between an allegation and a charge having been proved in a court of law. If Smriti Irani is guilty of filing a false affidavit, I think that she should face the consequences. The other debate is inconsequential.
I agree with that.
Makes one a little...
No, but I want to ask that question to Sanjay Hegde, someone who has a young daughter. Do you think it is of concern to you that the person running the higher education department has just studied till the 12th, or do you think it frankly makes no difference?
Well, there is a messaging problem here. We as a nation do not have one single university in the top 100 universities of the world. A person who has not gone to university, a person who has to make all these choices, all these policy decisions over the next 5 years, is going to be in charge of our demographic dividend.
No, but that's like suggesting that someone who's not been a pilot can't be civil aviation minister. Or someone who hasn't been a miner can't be coal minister.
Look. There is a difference between the HRD, which is a vision thing. There will certainly be a vision deficit in somebody who has not gone
Salman
to school.
Soos, do you share that there would be a vision deficit in someone who hasn't entered colleges is now required to make policy on higher education? Salman Soos.
Look, I'll make two very, very brief points, Rahul. I think, we cannot really make this argument that, oh, by the way, we've had other ministers. By the way, in the current government, there are other ministers who are less qualified than Ms. Irani. So we haven't really talked about those people. The reason being that education in some ways feels special. Nobody can say tomorrow, by the way, that, oh, the RBI governor, Raghuram Rajan, should be removed and Giriraj Singh should be installed there because we don't really care about the competence or something in those kinds of fields. I do believe that education is a special area where perhaps the Prime Minister should have thought carefully.
No, but that's the Prime Minister's prerogative. I'm out of time, so very quickly wrap up, please.
Let me just finish. Second issue is that on May 26th, Smriti Irani swore to uphold the constitution under which all laws are enacted in this country, and including the laws about election and representation of People's Act. She may have misled or
that, to my mind, is the more important issue at this time.
Clearly tomorrow.
She must come out. This whole business of going incommunicado is not good. All well-wishers of Smriti Irani would like to see her come out very quickly.
Education is a state subject.
Yes.
You have to carry chief ministers with you. You have to carry vice chancellors of all these central universities with you. Higher education is today a very, very specialized subject. It's no more about opening up colleges.
I'm going to end it over here.
And
everyone's made their points. As always on Centre Stage, we don't tell you what to think. You've heard from Pushpesh Pant, Salman So, Shaina NC, Madhu, Kishwar and Sanjay Hegde. They've put out different points of view. You decide where you stand, whether you believe someone who's just 12th pass is qualified to be education minister, or should she be given a chance to be judged on her actions and not on her educational qualifications. But more importantly, which of her affidavits is correct, the 2004 affidavit or the 2014 affidavit, and did she lie under oath? That's what India really needs to seek answers to. For the time being, to all my guests for joining me on Centre Stage tonight, thank you very much.